Welcome to Spoken Careers, home of career decision intelligence. I'm Dr. Sudhir Reddy. Every lesson on this podcast is designed to help young people make smarter education and career decisions in an AI driven world. Because your future is shaped not only by what you learn, it is also determined by how well you understand yourself. Today's question is simple. How do you discover what you're really good at? For years, you've probably heard the same advice. Follow your passion. It sounds inspiring, but there's one problem. Very few people explain how to find it. So today, I'd like to offer you a different way of thinking. Let's begin. Imagine asking a 10-year-old child, what do you want to become when you grow up? One child says a doctor. Another says an astronaut. Another says a professional athlete. Another changes the answer every few months. We smile because we understand something important. Children don't discover their future by making one perfect decision. They discover it by exploring. But as we grow older, something changes. We begin believing that somewhere in the world there is one perfect career waiting for us, one perfect passion, one perfect purpose. And if we don't find it soon, we fear we'll fall behind. If you've ever felt that way, you are not alone. Let me tell you about a student. We'll call her Maya. Maya was curious about many things. She loved drawing. She enjoyed biology. She was fascinated by technology. She enjoyed helping people solve problems. Every career assessment she completed suggested something completely different. Medicine, architecture, psychology, user experience design. The more advice she received, the more confused she became. One day she looked at me and asked, "Sir, how do I find my passion?" I asked her a different question. "Maya, what are the activities you keep coming back to even when nobody asks you to?" She became quiet. She thought for a moment. Then she smiled and said, "I've never looked for patterns before." Exactly, because passion is rarely discovered overnight. More often, it quietly reveals itself through patterns. At Spoken Careers, we believe better careers begin with better decisions. That's why every lesson gives you a practical framework you can apply for the rest of your life. Today, we deploy a foundational decision model called the Career Compass. Instead of asking what your passion is, this model asks you to evaluate 4 better directions. The first direction is curiosity. What naturally captures your attention? Which books, videos, podcasts, or conversations make you lose track of time? Curiosity always leaves clues. Pay attention to them. The second direction is energy. After completing an activity, do you feel energized or exhausted? Some activities drain you, others make you feel more alive. Meaningful work often gives you energy, even when it is difficult. The third direction is growth. Where do you improve faster than expected? Maybe you learn programming quickly. Perhaps you naturally explain ideas clearly. Maybe people notice your creativity. Growth often points toward natural alignment. The fourth direction is contribution. How do you naturally help other people? Do friends ask you to solve problems, explain difficult concepts, design presentations, lead projects, organize events? Sometimes, other people recognize our strengths before we recognize them ourselves. Notice something important. None of these questions asks what career pays the highest salary, because careers evolve, industries evolve, technology evolves, but your patterns develop over time. When you understand your patterns, you become more adaptable regardless of how the world changes. This brings us directly to today's core decision score. For this choice, the decision difficulty is high. The lifetime impact is very high. The financial impact is high. The time sensitivity is medium. Discovering yourself isn't something that happens overnight, but ignoring who you are can cost years of unnecessary frustration. That is precisely why this evaluation deserves a process, not an opinion. Now, let's look at today's career myth. Many people believe that you simply find your passion. The reality is different. Most people build their passion through curiosity, through practice, through competence, and through contribution. Purpose rarely appears all at once. It grows one experience at a time. That brings us to today's growth principle. Don't chase job titles. Follow your patterns. Titles may change, industries may change, but patterns become strengths. Strengths create value, and value creates meaningful careers. Unlike Maya, you now have a framework to look past the noise and map out your baseline traits. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dr. Sudhir Reddy. Let me leave you with one thought. Many people spend years searching for the perfect career. I believe there is a better journey. Spend your time becoming the kind of person who keeps learning, keeps creating, and keeps solving meaningful problems. Purpose rarely arrives like lightning. It grows quietly. One book, one conversation, one project, one mentor, one experience at a time. Don't become anxious because you haven't figured out your entire life yet. Very few people have. Your responsibility isn't to predict your future. It's to prepare yourself for it. Keep exploring. Keep paying attention. Eventually, your curiosity becomes a strength, your strength becomes your contribution, and your contribution becomes your purpose. Before we end today's lesson, here is your weekly discovery challenge. Take a notebook. Draw 4 columns labeled curiosity, energy, growth, and contribution. Before we end today's lesson, for the next 7 days, write down one observation under each heading. At the end of the week, look for patterns. Not perfect answers, just patterns. Then ask yourself one final question. If nobody judged me, would I still gravitate toward these areas? Silence. You may discover something about yourself that no examination, no ranking, and no career test has ever shown you. If today's lesson helped you see yourself differently, share it with one young person and one parent. Because better self-understanding creates better career decisions. And better career decisions create better futures. Remember, your future is not built in a single decision. It is built by the quality of the decisions you make every single day. Choose wisely, because every decision writes a small part of your story. To explore more frameworks, practical tools, and future-ready resources, visit www.spokencareers.com. Until our next lesson, keep learning, keep creating, and keep making education and career decisions with clarity, confidence, and purpose. I'm Dr. Sudhir Reddy. This is Spoken Careers. Thank you for listening.